Hello everyone, I'm Ethan Fender, aka The Shade Artist. And I'm Ethan Fender, aka The Slime Dorse, and welcome to MTAO, My Thoughts and Opinions. Terribly sorry for that. I attempted my shade impression. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to explain it yet. I'm just going to get right to the explanation. Life is a Table is the Halo Machinima Series created by Buck and Kiefer based on several things. You got Sonic, JFK, Shaggy, Phil Spencer, Tom Cruise, yada yada. There are, of course, several original characters, well, with some being the goddamn best.
I know you once loved him, but I'm shade sexual. What?
Life is a Table is... I don't even know. Now I'm going to go into general thoughts, because that's usually the first thing I talk about, is my general thoughts on it. And it amazes me how much I love this series. I love Life is a Table. And it's kind of a little hard to explain too. But hopefully it will be better as I go. Because if you don't know, I have a bulletproof list of stuff I want to talk about. So, obviously, I'm just beginning with general thoughts. And my general thought is, it's amazing, it's offensive, and it's not made for everyone. But I would totally recommend checking out Life is a Table. It's a comedy, action, mostly those two series. But I think there is like drama in there. Definitely a little drama. And yeah. But I would have to say, like, if this was a rating wise, obviously it's like, I don't know if Buck, who does listen to the MTAO, who will definitely listen to this episode, agrees with me, but I would like name it along the lines of TV mature. And that's just specifically in its language, its curse words. It really is it's a foul mouth series, which is really weird because like I'm not usually into that. Like, you know, Red vs. Blue is entirely different. I guess TV mature. It really isn't that different, but now I'm just talking about Red vs. Blue, which will be an episode that will not come out for a long time. I have so much. Red vs. Blue is one of those things that's just on like the top of my list of things that I love in the entertainment industry. I mean, I don't mean like in general. Anyways, we're gonna go back to Life is like a Table. Yes, I said like, because for whatever reason, Life is like a Table rolls off my tongue way easier than Life is a Table. But Life is a Table, as it's, you know, supposed to be called, is funny. It's amazing. It's awesome, and entirely due to the animation segments, which is, you know, animated, if not primarily. I mean, I don't know who else does it. I don't know why I said that. It's all done by Buck, who is like the lead creator of the Machinima series, based off a little script thing that Kiefer made. What was it called? When tables turn, and that was supposed to be for something else. I'm blanking out on who that was meant for, and they're like, nah, I rejected it or whatever. And then Buck and Kiefer just went, you know what? Why don't we just do this? And then they did it, and it's like this is like a great backstory too. It being like a rejected script because it's so bizarre. It's amazing, but it's like it's amazing because when you have a show like this, where I say show instead of series, but you know what? When you have a content, no, I'm just gonna say show. When you have a show like this, it really is amazing with that type of humor and not perspective, but like execution of how the story's done, where it's just the most random things, but with also being like actual, you know, relatable information, like lore-based stuff, and it's like generally connected to. I can't really explain what the base universe is. It seems to be Halo because there's like all the Unity guards and all that, but it really doesn't matter in the end. What matters is kind of the characters that's there, and like they actually drive a show forward. It's not really so much. Well, the story's important, but like the lore isn't as It's amazing because you'll go into the first episode of season 1, and you won't know what the hell the characters are talking about. Darius, Ted, Roderick. I was gonna say Bonnie, but Bonnie doesn't talk, or at least right now. But I'm assuming Bonnie will never talk. Where it's just like, it's like, so we meet again, and it's like it's like there's so much this information here we're missing out that we don't understand. I should have rewatched it for this recording, but I completely forgot to. That should be on my bulletproof list, is just rewatch a few of the best episodes. Man. And like, if you didn't know too, I also run or created, or whatever you want your word to be, the revised fandom wiki, because there was one beforehand, but it was just like out of date, and well, not that out of date, but it was pretty much out of date. So I kind of brought it back with permission. Obviously, I think I always ask permission when it goes to making a fandom of someone else's project. I just love making fandoms. I mean, it sucks that sometimes I hardly work on them, but I love to get them started, and I love. It's like the process of making a fandom is awesome, but I will talk about that in another episode, since that is a planned episode. I have like a whole other bulletproof list of all the crap I want to talk about. It's huge, and I don't even have the bulletproof list of the details I want, because these first 3 episodes are planned out. Like, the first one was Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. The second one was about the Doom franchise, and the third episode was about... The third one is about Life is a Table. But from there, it's kind of not planned, so episode 4 might just be a totally random thing that I just got into or want to talk about, or it's me just randomly out of nowhere talking about the Kirby games, even though I've no knowledge or experience in this game. That was just an example. I wouldn't talk about Kirby. I have I played very little of like Kirby 64, if that's what that game was called, and I've seen very little of Kirby. I mean, I guess I know some from Super Smash Bros., but that's not really about Kirby. Just by it being like, what, the most powerful character ever. I'm sorry, I'm talking off topic, because that's what I do, because I'm a shade artist, bitch. I won't do that voice. I guess I can explain who that is, but I actually do want to go back to the animation, which is what I've been talking about for the past 4 minutes. What I was trying to talk about for the past 3-4 minutes. But like, yeah, the type of humor the show has some of them, like, especially the later seasons, specifically, I mean, you could refer to them as Life is Table 3, Life is Table 4, the revillain. God damn it, Buck. Life is Table 5, Cocked and Loaded. Oh, God. I feel, God, is that what it's called? I play like a few extras in that. Oh, God, Cocked and Loaded. I feel like that's it. Cocked and Locked? Is that it? Cock and Locked? Either way, it's like the animation is fantastic. And sorry for my profanity if I let curse words slip up in this, just because it's about Life is a Table and my excitement, my levels of excitement, and I just popped my finger there. You heard that. I think you would have. Like, oh my God, the animation is so fucking good. It is amazing, and like, you can still appreciate it. And by the way, you could still refer to them as like season 1, season 2, but like, if you're a true fan, you would call it Life is Table 3. But oh my God, it's like, I'm not one to say, because I will get into like my experience and how I found out the show and all that later. But yeah, it's just like, animation's amazing. Season 1 and season 2 are still, you still appreciate those, especially at the end of Life is a Table, the first season, which I just said Life is a Table. I didn't say Life is Table 1, because just Life is a Table. But like, oh my God, I won't try to talk much at this point. I'm just gonna say, you need to go watch it, like, right, if you're still listening to this. I don't know why you would, unless you're someone who listens to these, like Buck and all that. But you need to go watch it right now, because I might actually slip up on spoilers and all that. I'm sure I already did without even realizing it. But yeah, like at the end of the first season, the last episode, Buck actually, you who's listening to this, but I'm just gonna talk about Buck in the third person because you guys wouldn't know who I'm talking to. Buck just actually just named the episodes because Life is Table 4. Life is Table 4 is getting their like episodes named, and the first one's called like Wrath of Killian, whatever. So he went back and he gave all the episodes in the entire like first 3 seasons names, and now I am actually trying to learn. I'm not purposely wasting my time trying to memorize the name of the episode, but there are some that I do remember, like Wrath of Killian. I think season 1, episode 1 was called a new. It's probably something lame, like a new beginning, but it's probably like New Beginnings or something. And then last episode of season 3 is like Triple Threats. I don't know. I'm gonna have to. Dude, yeah, it really is. So, so the name of the episodes aren't really in my mind, but by memory, I can kind of estimate, be saying, like, I think in episode 3, so I won't actually say the name of the episode. But, like, if you were to ask me what happened in season 1, episode 4, it would just be like, oh, yeah, you know. JFK. Wait. I think no, I'm not an idiot. Am I? No, that's episode 3, isn't it? Okay, now, okay, shut up. Shh. Listen to me. Go check out Buck. Alright. And if you don't know, usually the description of these videos will be links and all that, so down this one we'll have a buttload of Life is a Table links. Like the fandom, Buck's channel, the Discord server. There's a Discord server where you can talk with the other cocks. I'm sorry. I let that go. When I stopped, I was originally talking about animation, and then I went off like I always do. This is like the third list on a bulletproof list out of like 15, and I'm just, oh god, it's like 13 minutes in. Oh my god. Anyways, we're gonna move on real quick to the music, which is pretty damn good, and it's like even the stuff Buck did, but I more like specifically. More specifically, Aaron Weatherford, who you might also know as, but you might also know his work from other Machinima stuff. I know he has a few like audio dramas about Batman or Spider-Man or whatever. I was supposed to be an extra on one of those, Batman Snow. I was casted as it, but I don't know what happened to that. I haven't seen, but either way, he did music for the Perfect Soldiers franchise. Is it Perfect Soldiers or the Perfect Soldier? I would think Soldiers, because there's plural characters, and I will talk about the Perfect Soldiers franchise another time in its own episode. I love how he always cut away, like, that's gonna be talked about in another episode. I need to drink something. My throat's starting to... That was coffee. I know I'm supposed to have water to clear my throat, but it's kind of early for me. Alright, I'm gonna shut up. But his music is amazing, and I should have listened to some before starting this episode, so I have some examples. But right off my mind, I could just do Rushing into a Situation. Right? Rushing into a Situation, but it like plays at the beginning of season 2, and it's just like, oh my god, it is. And like the music and Life is Table 3, and then you also have damn it, hold on. I went through YouTube real quick, but I'm gonna keep talking. The music in there is just flat out just amazing. And like Aaron's music, Buck's music, and for like across even like season 1, which obviously had music from from Aaron, obviously, is amazing. But you also have the music Buck commissioned. He helped write it, and like obviously and all that. I'm looking at the video right. Oh yeah, Andres Atlison. I'm sorry, I didn't take the time to. I just quickly searched up his name, but he's on Fiverr. Is it pronounced Fiverr or Fever? But it's just some of the music he's saying for Life is a Table soundtrack. of Who Am I Fooling, which is Dan Graves' theme song, and then I feel bad. I haven't heard these songs in a while. Yeah, Your Heart Is Mine, which is Blue's theme song. I haven't heard these songs in a while because I that's probably because I over-listened to them. I've listened to them so many times. Like, because Your Heart Is Mine, I immediately want to say, I took a bullet in my heart. But that's not the name of the song. Yeah, it's Your Heart Is Mine. Fucking fantastic. They're both awesome. And I would love to see another one of these at one point or another. And if you don't know, Life is a Table 4 is actually being, like, uploaded at a current moment. We're getting, like, once every Friday. Now, yeah, and it's, like, it's in my timeline, which is, you know, BST, I'm sorry, you know, Pacific Standard Time, it's, like, late Friday for me when that happens, but, like, yeah, and, like, yeah, some of these, I'm sorry, I'm talking off topic, but I'm just saying, Life Table 4's out at the moment. The last episode just came out a few days ago, and I know it took me so long to record this. It's just, there's so many, issues, especially when it comes to me being a procrastinator. Like, I was even supposed to start getting some footage for one of my machinimas like a few days ago, and they just haven't done that yet. That's also because I was thinking about doing another one instead, so I can use that footage as flashbacks, but I might decide just to do that another time, and actually, yeah, but whatever, I'm sorry, this isn't about my own projects. That will be its own episode. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that again. Now, what I can't figure out is why MTAO, why Life is a Table, or LIAT, is so goddamn amazing. It's more than just, like, you're talking about absurd humor where every 5 seconds someone says a curse word. You know, specifically, you know, cock and fuck. It's I don't have to say the word cock a lot. But, like, oh my god, it's just, like, Captain Cock is the character. Captain Cock is amazing. But it's just, like, it's really more, and, like, I don't even know if Buck or Kiefer or anyone else really realizes this. Which I'm assuming Buck does, and Kiefer probably. Most likely. But, like, it's so, like, there's so much more to it than that is being done. It's like, haha, funny Machinima Series comedy with cool action fight scenes. There is some drama in there, and sometimes they're meant to be jokes, and usually I take them a little too, like, Eggman. If you don't know, Eggman's in here, and due to some backstory stuff with Sonic, you know, he's sad, he's depresso. He's depresso, Dr. Eggman Depresso. But that's not his name, by the way. I'm just saying, I'm just cocking around. I said dicking around, but instead of dick, I said cock because Lamau. Like, I haven't even talked about Shade first. But it's like, it's so much more clever than you think it is. It's like Darius's armor color is like gray, because Darius is more like represented as, and more shown to be a neutral character. He's like, he is a hero, obviously, but he's such a plain, like, slate that he often, you know, what kind of, yeah, it's just like him being gray, because, you know, gray is kind of, it's neither black or white, but it's in between. And then, like, some of the lore elements are also just really cool. Like, especially so much of the stuff that you never see in the series. You probably will eventually, like, in like flashbacks or entire shorts or holiday specials, because there's holiday specials too, and they're generally just more comedy based. But, like, the series, there's so much more to it than what's there. It's so likable, and again, it's not meant for everyone, because I will get into my experiences. What am I call them? My precious. In the behind the ground, the town, and I seen you a so sorry. I got off track there. But yeah, it's just like, there is a lot, and then, like, you have those Dan Graves moments where he's like, am I villain or victim or what? Goddamn, I'm blanking on it. It's in Life is a Table too. I forgot that line. It's like at the very beginning of because I've done a few music montages based off the characters, and just the first one I did was just general Life is a Table. But then I had one for Darius, I had one for Dan, I had one for Blue. I will probably have one for Roderick. That's who I was planning to do next, but it's been like months since I thought about doing another music montage. But I've been doing edits kind of recently, and I did a Matt Black edit, which is a character you'll meet in Life is a Table 4. But yeah, I think you've most likely seen him beforehand. But yeah, but it's just I really like doing edit. I like doing fan based videos. I don't do it much, but I do actually like doing it. And sometimes I do it in a whole day for no reason out of nowhere. I did Matt Black like in a single day. I'll be like, I was listening to like, if you don't know, Buck and Kiefer or whatever, but mostly those two have playlists on Spotify of music that fits that character, or but a lot of the songs are just like across the board all. But like in like Matt Black's Matt's Earpiece, that's what it's called. Again, I would just put in the description maybe. Where it had like Perfect Girl in there. If you don't know what Perfect Girl is, it's damn it, I don't know if I can do the beats, but it's like you would know it as like the meme, like it's slowed down for like what, Sigma Male, the thing with oh god, what was his name, Patrick, whatever, I don't care. Norman Bates, but Patrick Bates, whatever his character was in American Psycho. Either way, who cares? It was a really good song. I was listening to that and I'm just like, oh, man, I'm gonna do it. Edit. It's like, and that's where all the edits. I've always done the edits in a single day. Even my first one, which was about Anderson for the Perfect Soldier franchise, done in a day. It's like, and obviously I was so quick with it. I had some grammar issues. Like at the beginning, like Reynolds is spelt wrong. Like I put it in after so it's like how it actually sounds like Reynolds, but the end's not normally there with the name Reynolds. I'm just being an idiot, being way too fast and all that. But it's just, Life is a Table is amazing. I know I got off track, but I'm coming back to it. It's just so humorous and it's so lovable. Like I love Life is a Table. It's so good. Ah, man, it's just it really has. I always make the joke that it's like it has rot in my brain. Because now every time I watch a show where a character says something so much as, you see, marriage is like and my mind would immediately just go like, table. It's a table. Marriage is like a table. It has four corners, which represents obstacles of divorce. I don't know. I made that on the spot. But the point is, like, I always make that joke, but really, I'm glad Life is a Table. Like, I think so differently now, and, like, I try to be way more, what is it? Like, I like, my Sam series, Slime Darts Machinima short series, like, was not as open, and it was not as open-ended with the character appearances, but, like, Life is a Table really inspired to bring in people, because I won't talk about it, but, like, the Sam series is supposed to be such a massive, like, explanation to the Halo Machinima community, like, why? I'm gonna shut up. I'm not even gonna talk about it now, because that's, like, teasing or whatever, or explaining. I just won't talk about it. But, like, oh, dude, and I can imagine the production, because the production of Life is a Table, I'm sorry. Because, like, the body actor list, it's just, like, all the body acting, and, like, if you don't know, Life is a Table 1 does have a commentary. And if I heard correctly, Life is a Halloween. Wait, is that what it was called? Life is a Halloween, right? Isn't that what it's called? I feel bad now. It does have a commentary, but it's like Buck is just editing it or whatever. Sorry, I clicked on the mouse because now I have to go see if I'm. But like, oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of specials, and there's also other stuff too. Like Red vs. Blue Zeroer, but that's more like just a Red vs. Blue parody he was making fun of. That's not about Life is Table. But Buck does other stuff too, especially in his early channel. He was just like all animation tests and all that. But we're not talking about Buck here. We're not talking about the Buckety Buck fuck. We're here about Life is a Table. and his animation and the soundtrack, and now I'm just talking off track, and I'm just looking through the videos because I probably overlooked what I was looking for. Yeah, I totally did. And and there's like a whole bunch of anime contest entries that were done for, who was it? Cake Station. Yeah, Cake Station or whatever. But what ifs. That's not the right saying. But for me personally, it's just like amazing this was done with the Machinima limitation, because so many characters look the same, and so many of them like have a full set of armor. Like they wear a full suit. If you didn't know, like early Master Chief Collection, there was like no customization whatsoever. It's like you wore an entire suit of recon. And it was like, what was up with that? Where it's like every visor color was red. I think that was just a Halo 4 thing before, but like every visor color was red, and like Perfect Soldiers even had that. And then when the future productions came out, they stuck the red visor colors with the characters who we've seen before with red visors, just because it's like now you can't take it away because they're prominently remembered and used to have a red visor. It's just like, but I think that's, am I wrong about that? Because I'm pretty sure Life is a Table was the same, and that's why everyone had like the full suit of armor. But I mean, I can look back again. I might be wrong, but and it wasn't until like what later, or because at the end of the first season was Blue, right? And she has an EOD chest piece, at least in current Blue. Maybe she had Mark 6 at the end of the episode. I'm just remembering incorrectly. Lamau. And like the character Shade. I didn't even talk about the characters that much. Like I talk about Darius a little bit, or Darius. I'm sorry, it's like Darius and Darius, but I think Darius has 2 R's. There's a Mortal Kombat character named Darius. He's just like whatever, we'll talk about Mortal Kombat another time. Where I won't actually talk about the entire franchise in the episode. I will go over certain specifics of Mortal Kombat in several episodes. Like the movie, maybe I will talk about all the movies in one, but I'll talk about like all the games in another episode, and then it's all that. But like Shade is just like, oh god, I don't even know. I was even explaining in the previous episodes, if you've seen or listened to those, where I will occasionally talk about how I just could not explain Life is a Table in this episode, and I think it's because I'm taking it way more serious and way more slow explaining it. I'm not just trying to fly off the plank board. Is that a saying? I don't even think that's a saying. Fly off the plank board. And, oh yeah, because the saying is like, I'm just not going to dive into it. But I'm just like, fly off the plank board first, then dive into it. I think that's what I thought of. I think that's why I said that, because I was thinking of dive into it. Where I would just like be spatting like a madman. But I guess I am taking a lot more calmer than I thought I would. It's just, Life is Table is bizarre, and it's definitely inappropriate. Something I normally won't get it. I guess I'll talk about my experience now, since that's next on my bulletproof list. And like, to be honest, I discovered Life is a Table via was it the Halo? Was it the Machinima rewards, or was it the other one? I don't know. There's 2 of those ones. And so I don't actually know which one had it. But Buck, or Life is a Table, but I think it was specifically Buck, got like, an award for best animation or visual effects or whatever. And I'm like, oh dude, that scene looks so cool. And then I learned it's season 3, because it does tell you in the video, it's like Life is a Table 3, episode 14. But like and like when I first started watching Life is a Table, I start from the beginning, because that's how I roll. I almost never will start something in the middle or at the end of a series. That personally just annoys me. Even with something I've seen before, I won't randomly just go, you know what, I'm just going to watch the second movie and skip the first one and immediately watch the third one after. It's like, I don't do that. I don't know why I got close to the mic to say that in that weird voice. Something like along the lines of this. See, I was once a man of such attitudes and altitudes, if that makes sense. A man of promise. A man of joy. I don't know where that came from, and my voice hurts. But I like doing that voice, so it's gonna come back in one of my own projects, because why the hell not? But, like, and when I started Life is a Table, I didn't immediately skip to season 3 for animation or whatever. I did watch season 1. And I remember not actually being into Life is a Table that much before. Like, I just wasn't into it. I'm like, oh, okay, this is, it's cool. It's weird. It's like, but like, as it went on, as I watched Life is a Table, like somewhere in Life is a Table 2, I finally understood what the series, it's like what Aaron Weatherford, was talking about in Life is a Table commentary, where he's like, towards when he started, season 2's soundtrack or whatever, isn't that just soundtrack from the first season though? I'm thinking I'm just being an idiot, but I don't think so. Season 2 obviously had original soundtrack, like rushing into a situation. Where he's like, I finally understand the series and its limitations and what it's about. And like, I think I could say the same thing. It wasn't until like Life is a Table 2 that I got into it. I really got into Life is a Table. And I fucking loved it, Lamau. If you don't know, actually I won't talk about it. There's no point talking about it. But I'll talk about him like in my own, Slime Drives Machinima short series episode. But it's just oh no, I'm just thinking about moments from Life is a Table. Oh man. It's like I should have gotten a list of like recommended episodes to watch. But I do plan to do other like special MTAO episodes where it's not really about my subject on something. It's kind of like about other things. Like I'll probably have an episode where this is just an example. I normally don't think this way, and nor do I even go into that culture or trend. But the idea of waifus, like, again, I'm not into that type of trend. But if there were to be some, I would like do like a top 10 list or whatever. And then I would explain why I like them or whatever. That was just an example like that. Like if I was like, I might even do like a top 5 list of favorite Resident Evil games. But I probably wouldn't do that episode until I'd done a Resident Evil. If you don't know, because I say this like in every episode, MTAO actually used to have videos, and they were short videos. They were like always under 10 minutes, where it was me talking about a subject. So I have actually talked about a few things before, like the Resident Evil series, the Resident Evil franchise, and I talked about Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City's trailer in the episode. But I talked about the movie in this series, which is the first episode. I'm drinking coffee again, because holy shit. I love Life is a Table, man. It's like, I'm sorry. I was thinking. I'm sorry. I was trying to recall what I was talking about, where I lost track. I know it's like Resident Evil, yada yada. I was talking about MTAO. So let me go back to Life is a Table. It's just, it's good. I feel like, it's weird because I don't mean to be like dramatic or cliche, but it kind of feels that way, so I'm going to say it. I'm glad I actually discovered Life is a Table. I needed that. I felt like I needed that. Kind of at that time, some stuff around here as in my life, were getting stressful. And, like, Life is a Table gave me so much joy. Like, it really did. I won't cry. I'm just saying. But, yeah, it really, and I think that's why I got really into it in Season 2, because I think it was around that time. And, Spasinski. Why is it so hard for me to say? Spasinski. Whatever. Vladimir, the voice of, Spasinski. God damn it. I feel like I'm saying that name wrong, and I'm upset about myself because he's one of my favorite characters. which might be its own MTAO list, like top 10 favorite characters of Life is a Table. Actually, it'll probably say something along the lines of Life is a Table top 10 favorite characters. It wouldn't be like its own sub-series MTAO, my top favorite characters episode, Life is a Table. I wouldn't do it that way. I would do it Life is a Table, whatever, not top 10, but top whatever favorite. You get the point. I said it like 4 times already. You understand what I'm trying to say. And like Life is Table, and like it so much Life is Table and the idea behind it really made me more open to what I could do. I don't mean like as in like, oh, the footage and cinematography. Even though, yeah, I do hope Sam's and other Machinima projects of mine will be a little more, interesting in its cinematography. Incredibly, inspired by Buck's. The cinematography in Life is a Table is fucking amazing. I'm sorry, I don't know why. That's like the tagline of this movie from my perspective. In some of those movie trailers or whatever, they have like a quote from like a rater, you know what I mean, or reviewer and all that, which I would love to do. I do mean to like in some of my big Machinima projects, I do intend to release those early to a specific person or, quote-unquote company, like Lazy Bunch Productions. Is that a truck of a distance honking? I am so sorry about that. And I actually want to talk to them about that. It's like, hey, can you, like, look at this, give me your honest opinion, give me feedback. I won't probably, initiate the feedback I learned, because by that time, that video would have already been done. But I could always go back and do some little edits, like add a music cue there, like whatever. I could totally do that. But when it comes to like getting new footage, I could do that, but that's like a little too much time. Whatever. The point is, like, I also wanted to, like, hey man, you want to try to give me like a sentence or a short like 5-letter, like if you're to describe this in like one word, like that. I would love to get some of those for my projects, and I would love to give some of those. But because I'm not so expressive with my words, because my vocabulary not so good. Sorry. What's that even from? It's like oh, my vocabulary is not so great. It needs to be revised and recondomed to the saints of hell. I'm sorry, I'm talking off topic because I'm starting to reach the end of my MTAO juice. Oh my god. That sounded terrible. But you got it. And like, yeah, Life's Table, like I would like tagline. Oh, I should have done that. If you didn't know, I had like a star rating system, like whatever out of 5 stars. I forgot to do that for the Doom franchise. Overall, I would probably say like 3.5 stars, maybe. Like I did that for Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, but I should have thought about Life is a Table. Life is a Table, I mean, it has its, but, like, those are so, like, it depends on the type of person. If for me personally, I would almost nearly have to give Life is a Table, like, 5 stars. But, just be a little more realistic and probably, like, I can't, like, on the spot, I really can't think of anything negative. Now, I could think of, some negative aspects of it, like obviously it's incredibly inappropriate, the profanity level, but like that's more like a parental control perspective on the show. I just mean in general, my thoughts and opinions on the idea, on the story and the characters and all that. And overall, I would have to, it's just like I can't really come across a negative aspect, and I know sometimes I'm blind. You ever heard the term like mom goggles? You ever heard that, where it's like mom goggles, they're so like proud of their child or whatever so much they can't actually see what they're doing is incredibly dumb or will hurt them in the process or whatever, or they're actually terrible at their talent, or I feel like it's like that. Like, I have so much love for Life is a Table, I can't see its I can't see its flaws, and I can't. It's just its own thing. It's its own series, and it's just not fair for me to like. That's why I just can't rate. I can't rate at all. So I might not even rate this one. I didn't really plan to do that. It was just an idea I had. But I'll probably mostly align that with movies more than actual games and shows. But yeah, it's just at the moment, because I can't think of anything for it, Life is a Table has to be if not 4 point something, it's 5 stars. It's just I can't. And then not because it has a negative aspect that even lowers that rating for me. Anyways, it entirely depends on my thoughts of it. And I have no negative thoughts about Life is a Table whatsoever. I really don't. It's pure positivity, and it's fucking amazing, and it needs to get well known. I'm not saying these words right. It needs to be recognized way more. Life is a Table is incredibly underrated. Again, I get sometimes it's it comes due to again its levels of profanity, whatever, yada yada. It's just on the spot. On the spot. I have to say it's 5 stars. I just can't say anything else about it. But yeah, and it's it's inspired me so much that I made an entire new Machinima series. Well, I mean, I will talk about it in its own episode. I will talk about my own projects in their own episode as a special promotion thing. But maybe not in a single episode, since there's so many, especially if I talk about Thrivers. That is, I don't even know if I will even do an episode for that. The issue of I'm shutting up. I'm shutting up before I rant on. I'm starting to reach the limit of this episode. This is the longest episode so far, I'm pretty sure. I knew it would be because I would take so long to explain what the hell Life is a Table is. And, and I've done a few fan videos, but yeah, the Fiend Stalker series, or the Fiend Stalkers series, is it's heavily inspired by Life is a Table. It even features elements of it, there is an Eggman character in there, but he's totally different name. Actually, I'm gonna open up that document to see what he's actually called, because he has a totally different name, but he is supposed to be Eggman, and it's the exact opposite. He's in love with Sonic, and it's dude, I have Egg Robot Tink. Egg Robot Tink. Egg Robot Tink, based on Dr. Eggman from Sonic the Hedgehog, is a minor character. He serves under the control. He serves under the control of Ultron and Terminator to create androids, but eventually moves on to cyborgs-based projects. He also happens to love Sonic, wishing to have a romantic relationship with him, despite the fact Sonic has mysteriously gone missing, so he goes on, all sad. So it's it adapts the Eggman idea of Life is a Table, but it erases the equation of him hating Sonic. He actually loves Sonic, and he makes robots and all that, which he probably does in Life is a Table. But that's we mostly off the bat I can only name gadgets and all that. But he's still an engineer basically. Coffee book. It's coffee. I need my coffee. I don't need my coffee. But I'm sorry. But the Fiend Stalkers, it's because I also do plan from. It's gonna be the Machinima series, and it's gonna be Halo 3, of course, obviously. But it might have other Machinima elements in there too. But I actually do plan. It's terrible art style, so don't think it's gonna be incredible or whatever. But I do indeed actually have a thought in mind for on the other side of. I won't explain it. I'll talk about Fiend Stalkers another time. But basically, I had 2 plots in mind. One in the Machinima series, and then one in a comic book or a graphic novel type of series. And it's not gonna be sold either. That's come on. It features Dio Brando from JoJo. You think I could get away with Shata? I can't. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about Fiend Stalkers. That will be its own episode when I talk about my own projects. Yada yada. But there's all the talks about I mean, I don't mean to put words in other people's mouth and all that, But like based off all the fan projects I did, or based off the fan project, I had like 2 fan ones that were actually based on lore, and while the other fan projects were just music videos, so that doesn't really count. But like I know, again, I don't mean to put words in other people's mouths, but like I've had a few people, including Buck himself, to say like, yeah, I can. And then there was, I don't want to get into it, but there's all the talk about there being a spin-off for Life is Stable, which Buck has thought of before. That isn't like a new thought. He has, he was playing it. I will get into why I know this. It's because there's so much talk about me directing or editing, whatever, doing a work for like a spin-off. And like, despite how like I am totally, and if you don't know, if you couldn't tell, with Buck being like a listener to MTA, if he, like at this point we're just Machinima colleagues. I mean, I hate putting titles onto people and all that, and like whatever relationship we have, but I would call us a Machinima colleague, even though we don't really the basic sense. I'm just a fan. I'm just a fanboy of Life is a Table who happens to have done a few fan stuff because of that. I'm that much of a fan. This is a long episode. I'm just gonna, but yeah, and it's just like, and it's so, and he listens to these because he likes, listens to stuff in the background. So, and I guess, I haven't, before the outro, I know the episode's almost over, but I do just want to say, because I don't feel like much other people would make it to the end of this, and if they do, that's okay. I do want to say, Buck, I don't mean to be like too expressive or whatever, but I just want to say I really enjoyed Life is a Table. I just want, like, in a sense, just thank you guys for making that. It really, it did. I don't mean to be like, it helped me get through, tough times. It really didn't, but it sure as hell did, like, in some way help me get through it. Like, I needed that type of comedy. I didn't know I needed that type of thing, comedy or humor. Just because generally, I'm not as much of a TV mature based viewer, or like anything like adult. Like, I don't even watch Adult Swim, even though I feel like Life is a Table would be a perfect show on Adult Swim. In that case, I would watch Adult Swim all the time, specifically for Life is a Table. I don't know how other people think. I don't know how Buck thinks. But like, I think but like, I just want to say, Buck, I do appreciate this series and I do like it. I hate the fact that it's not well enough known. It's good enough. Really. It's, it has its viewership. It has its community. But I feel like you, as a content creator, and like the series Life is Stable, deserves so much more attention. And like, it just needs to, I guess, find the right people and the right communities. I mean, I ain't like a marketing person, so I'm not gonna like spread it around. I'm not gonna go to like Adult Swim's Reddit page and like, guys, check out this series. Like, I'm not gonna do that just because, just for the sake of not doing it and it being a little too weird and might get me banned. And I don't even use Reddit. Like, I have an account on there, and I probably have a Thriveverse Reddit subreddit, if that's what they're called, right? Subreddits, and I don't do anything on it. I don't use Reddit. I have like other places too, where it's like Facebook. I don't use Facebook, but I do have one. But that's mostly personal though. That has always been a family and friends thing. So don't try to find that. It probably is a link in my older videos, but just whatever. You know what? I'm gonna shut up. This is the end of the episode. I want to thank you for listening to this. And I would totally recommend watching Life is a Table. I've had a good time. I really liked, it takes me forever to record these episodes, mostly due to my procrastination, but there's other elements as well. But like, yeah, it's just like, I do really like talking. I don't often do it. I'm a very quiet person. I don't socialize much, and when I do, it does make me feel better. like I won't say much, but like Buck and some other Machinima content creators and I are just like have been talking about this. I won't talk about it, but we just talked about an idea, and it's just like it feels so nice. Even though, yeah, they're not. Again, I don't like putting titles, so I'm just gonna be honest when I say I don't refer to us as friends. I still don't, but like I still like it's still a good time. I feel really good talking to people and all that. I wish I did it more often, but yeah. So, anyways, because that's my top. That's like the number one word I say is anyways, because I say it at the end of any other video. Not I mean. I'm not gonna rant. I'm just gonna end this here. I hope you guys have a slime-tastic day. That was a saying I said in one of my videos. I always mean to use, but I always forget to. But I guess I'm gonna use it now. Have a slime-tastic. I don't like it, but I love it. It's weird. It's like people calling like their viewers, but like I wouldn't call you guys slimers. That was a very old. Like I had a few gaming videos where I'm like, sup, Slimers. Like I was totally unsure, and like, but I wouldn't do that. But I could for fun. Like I usually just say viewers. Because usually I say like, hello everyone, I'm Ethan Thunder, aka the Slimed Artist. I will almost never say hello viewers to this. Welcome to the video or whatever. So yeah, goodbye. Thank you for listening. Check out the other episodes, I suppose. Check out Buck and Life is a Table down in the description. If you want to find me on other social medias, also the description. I do eventually plan to. I really actually know what, I'm gonna stop talking. Have a good day. Peter Patter, Peter Bo, Peter Patter, oh.